Good, cold afternoon, evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your buddy, the 14th Prime, and you already know what we're going to talk about. You know what we're going to talk about. I know you've seen the videos so far. Yes, we are going to talk about not dead Optimus, not alternate universe dead, I'm gone, I'm out of here Optimus, though the head sculpts do resemble. But we ain't going to talk about this one. No. We're not going to talk about Superstar Convoy Optimus. No, we're not going to talk about him. Nope. Move him out the way in his fun self. But today we're going to talk about... This is the wrong one. Hold on. My snap ain't work right. Hold on. It's cold. That's why I got this on. Oh, by the way, Georgia's fine. Well, where I live at. Woke up this morning. Everything was clear. I'm from Maryland, so I'm used to snow, ice, rain, but like from September to January. But when you live in a state where people are not used to it, you kind of worry about the people around you. Everything was great this morning. It is 30 degrees, but hey. Also, I had to go to the airport. That's why this video is late, because my son is flying to Europe right now. He will be there for 3 months studying abroad. Love you, Justin. Anyway, so back to the video. Today's video is about 86 damaged Optimus was revealed today on top of, hold on, Megatron. Ooh, we got a lot to talk about, Finally, I'm home to make my video. Man, I tell you what, wasn't even nobody at Atlanta Airport. These two are the topic of today's discussion. Why? Because the official Target More Than Meets the Eye line decided, you know what? There hasn't been enough dead Optimuses so far, other than that alternate universe one that the 14th Prime was talking about the other day that came with a trailer. But so this is what we're going to do. We're going to tear his face up. We're going to tear up the head sculpt like we did with that one. Sorry, his gun fell out. We're going to tear up the head sculpt like we did with that one. We're going to bend his antennas just slightly. We're going to put a slight crack in the windshield. See, that's what I'm talking about. See how I thought that this was the same. Hold on. I thought that they were using that exact same sculpt, but no. It's way too small. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, Target's More Than Meets the Eye line has kicked off. And what they have done is they went ahead and gave us the damaged moment of the movie. Boy, Target, y'all, Hasbro, y'all something else. Y'all made everybody and their grandmama wait and tear stores up to get this, only to go, wait a minute, there's more. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if y'all messed around and said, oh, we do have a gun, but just kidding. We know that's not going to happen. Y'all have seen the pictures. If you don't, you're seeing them now. Optimus, no trailer, More Than Meets the Eye, box. New boxing, one shall stand boxing, one shall fall boxing. And you see that they give him the hole in his abdomen, stomach, whatever, rib cage, however you want to call it. I don't really know how I feel about this. Now, first of all, let me get this out of the way. Do I plan on purchasing it? Do I want to pre-order it? No. Not when I have this very pristine, beautiful, and very much alive, keyword alive, Optimus Prime. He's nice and shiny. His windshield is still intact. There's no hole in his tummy. You know what I mean? There's no wooden shard that took him. Is it a wooden shard? Is it wood? You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying... in my mind, for my entire existence, I've always thought that it was like a tree that a Megatron picked up, or a piece of a tree branch and threw it. And I was like, are you serious? Like a tree branch almost took this man out. But no, I don't know. I don't want it. No. This one's just fine. The whole and y'all, if you watch the channel, you know, like the whole dead toy thing, kind of like, I don't really want to remember that part and revisit that part. I've made many stop motions of Optimus and Megatron fighting, and obviously Megatron winning because D-Set for life. But the fact that y'all are now capitalizing off of, let's do this part. So you know what's coming next. Obviously, we're going to get a Nemesis Prime and you know, all the other recolors and repaints and all that stuff. but you know it's coming. They're gonna have dead Optimus that's like half gray, you know, eventually coming down the line. You just know it. You know it. The part where he's laying down and he drops the Matrix and you know, that part. It's definitely coming. But looking at this, man, I'm good with 86 Optimus. The day I found this guy, I wasn't even out toy hunting. I think I dropped my wife off, like get her nails done or something. No, that was today. I dropped her off. What happened? I don't remember. Anyway, that's besides the point. The point is I was like, well, I got some time to kill. So me and my son went into GameStop, and then we went in. There was a GameStop and a Target. And we went in there, and I saw G1 Legacy Optimus. And I was like, ooh, I kind of want this one. I said, well, wait, I'm going to run over to Target, see what they got, and then if I'm not leaving without anything, I'll come back. I went over to the Target, and they had 86 Optimus, and I called my wife, and I remember, she was in a meeting. That's what it was. I had dropped her off in a meeting for work or whatever, and then... but it was like a 2-hour meeting, and then me and my son had plenty of time to kill. We were in a whole nother state. Anyway, the point is, I'm happy with this one. I'm glad that if you missed out on 86 Optimus or you missed out on Megatron, you now have the chance to get the More Than Meets the Eye, Battle Damaged, I'm Almost Dead versions of both of them. And one thing I don't ever... Shout out to Shay. Man, listen. He pointed out to me that, and I didn't even realize this, the legs on this new one are not this bluish gray that you see on camera. Again, if you don't have these toys, it's hard for you to understand what I'm saying. Y'all remember when they first showed these, they looked blue. And then a lot of people got it and was like, no, on camera, that's just the way it looks. They're kind of blue, but still kind of like a gunmetal gray. The images in this new one look to be a lot more grayer. I'm fine with these. Again, thank you, brother, for this. I like him. I do. I love him. Then I saw also that a lot of people, because you know the community is complaining already. It's Sharpie damage. That's Sharpie on the face. That's such and such on him. I don't like the windshield should be cracked more. The hole in the abdomen should be a little bit bigger. It is what it is. And y'all are going to buy it. Y'all are definitely going to buy it. Now, one other thing that I've noticed, one thing that made me get into doing these videos. One, I am a collector. I'm a giant kid at heart, yet still being a husband, father, and grandfather. But a lot of these people that talk about these toys, you never see them with them. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be that person that when you watch, you know, I'm not going to, I'll talk about the pictures, I'll talk about whatever, but I own it. You know what I mean? A lot of people talk about like the Age of the Primes or such and such toy or whatever and never own the toy or any iteration of it or any version of it. You know what I mean? Stick with somebody who knows they toy or that has no problem being like, oh yeah, the 86, yeah, he's awesome, blah, 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 blah. Because it's a lot of people that'll be like, oh, well, you know, I thought about it, I looked at him. Well, I'll tell you if I skipped a toy. I have no problem telling you if I skipped one for some reason or whatever. I did not skip this. And again, this was gifted to me by a dear friend. So yeah, I have them. And I love them as they are in these paint schemes, in these versions, in these molds. I'm not going to buy the same one just because he's got some damage or his windshield's cracked. I can do that with a Sharpie myself. Or, you know what I mean? Like, no. But this is what I do want. I want y'all to let me know. Do y'all plan on picking these up? Did you miss them when they first came out? If so, like, is this the one that you want? Because if not, link in the description, you can get these original ones. I'll have them tagged. So you can just click right on my product page. You can go right to where the original versions are and buy them that way. I think they look cool. Don't get me wrong. And if I had missed out on 86 Optimus, then this probably would have been my second choice. Because let's be honest, what becomes of the trailer? You know what I mean? And like, I like the fact that they're selling him without the trailer, because a lot of people don't want the trailer. A lot of people feel like, that's just access of something else. I've got my Optimus trailer sitting up next to the Ark with the repair bay and everybody working in it like it's a computer or whatever. That's something else. But yeah, like, I mean, I'm just saying, careful who you listen to, because a lot of people tell you all the pros and cons of a toy that they've never even had in hand. If I'm going to talk about it to this extent, I have it. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, it's your buddy the 14th Prime. Let me know. Oh. Blockies has a new line coming out. They are consistent, aren't they? That's a company that was like, there's a gap in the market. We'll fill it. So they dropped a picture of their new Overlord in his jet mode today. Those are cute. They are. I originally didn't like Blockies because they didn't transform, but I see the point in them and how they are beneficial in like army building, or if you don't feel like picking up a certain character, you can, get them. I watched Transformers 1 again last night because I was having trouble sleeping, and that's not the movie to put on if you're having trouble sleeping, because I ended up watching the whole thing and falling in love with it all over again. And I realized, like, I should go ahead and upgrade my Arachnid. Why? Because when she transformed and came through and the blades was cutting everybody that she can, I was like, that she's fire. Link in the description for her too. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know, do you plan on picking up these new More Than Meets the Eye versions? Will you be making that special trip to Target? Are you going to buy this just for the shard? Because I will say this. The damage on Optimus's stomach, okay, now he does look weird in the truck mode, but the damage that is done on his stomach and like the damage, like the way he looks and like looking at it and him being able to hold it, that is awesome. That is very, very awesome. But like I said, for me, as for my collection, I have a dead one. I have a supersized one. This one, this guy, and this is a KO. Oh, speaking of KOs, you know that these two are about to be KO'd, and somebody is AIing them and putting them on a 3D printer right now, because they know that Target is going to charge you probably $59.99 for these, probably, I would say, $59, $69. Now, I did notice Megatron does come with his gun this time, and that's cool. You can't tell, Hasbro, you can't tell me y'all ain't playing. I bet y'all got like 4 or 5 more releases. There's probably going to be a reformatted. You do not live with them. There's probably going to be a reformatted version of this Megatron that comes out next. They'd be a fool not to do that. Definitely would be a fool not to do that. But we'll see. It's coming. I'm just glad we got new news today. Brand new news, brand new toys. All right, 2026, let's get it. Now, if y'all could just show us Lee's Maximo and Nexus, I'd be a very happy young man. I really would. I could care less about Vector because I know what he's going to look like. But for all of y'all out there, if you haven't watched Transformers 1, I suggest you go ahead and do so. Incredible movie. It's like every time I watch it, it gets better. Or I notice, it's just like with any other movie, every time I watch it, I notice something else I didn't notice before. But yeah, anyway, it's your buddy the 14th Prime. Whoo! Pray that my child makes it to Paris. He's on the plane now. He will be landing at 2 o'clock in the morning, but it'll be 5 o'clock there. Craziness. But he'll be there for the next 3 months. I love you, Justin. Yeah, it's your buddy the 14th Prime. I will be back this week with shorts. It's just been a busy couple months. Sorry I fell off. I am back like I stole something, all right? We are back like a crack addict on a Craftmatic.